Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to another Friday devotion. So glad you can join me today, and always trying to have some fun with our topics, to get us think, And the question today: when is it good to be down and out? Well, of course, play on words here, but let's go to Luke chapter 5, and then verse 4, and then I think we'll get it. So let's go to Luke chapter 5, verse 4, and the Bible says, "Now when he had left speaking, he," that's Jesus, "said unto Simon, Launch out into the deep," so out, "and let down your nets for a draft." Down. And so out and down, or down and out, okay? And of course, play on words. Of course, we don't want to be down and out, okay? We don't want to be discouraged. But in this context, again, the idea, it's good to be down and out when we are launching out into the deep and we are letting down our nets, right? Plural, by the way, for a draft or for a catch, for a haul, right? And it's just a reminder. In fact, there are several layers to this short lesson, if you will. Initially, of course, launch out in the deep, of course, to do things with Jesus Christ. We are saved to serve, and the Lord desires us to serve Him, not just in the kiddie pool, right? But to launch out, talking about deep sea fishing, no longer playing just with the kids, but by going out into the deep where we have to walk and live by faith, walk by faith, not by sight, and so launch out into the deep. The idea is to challenge us, break our comfort zone, do something for the Lord that we won't otherwise do in our flesh, right? And so the more we do for the Lord, the greater we get to push our comfort zone. May we keep doing that, sharing the gospel, praying more vigorously, more fervently, reading our Bible more faithfully, passing tracts out, whatever the case may be, my friends. Launch out into the deep, and then let down our nets. We are to be fishers of men. Of course, that's the focus in sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ. At the end of the day, at the end of our life, it's very little of what we do matters, and we can't take anything that we get, this side of glory with us to heaven. All we have is our soul salvation and the souls of people that we lead to Christ. And even those that deny Jesus, that reject Jesus, at least I want them to know the truth. If they reject it, that's on them. But it's our duty to warn them, to share the gospel of Christ with them. But there's another application as well, because this is pretty cool. Just for some context, okay, if you look back, in fact, if you go to the next verse, it says, "And Simon," now his response to Jesus. Jesus tells him to launch out into the deep, let down your nets. Simon's response is, "And Simon answering said unto him, Master, we have toiled all night." Now, Jewish fishing in those Bible days were done at night, like a third shift kind of a job. And so they did it through the night. And they also did it in the shallow parts of the sea. This is how fishermen did it back then. Peter, Simon, a veteran fisherman, he knows what he's doing. And so certainly you don't fish in the day like Jesus is asking him to do now. And certainly you don't do it out in the deep. You do it in the shallow waters. So Jesus is asking Peter to do something that is contrary to what Peter thinks is right. He thinks that's okay. Why would you ask me to do that? That's not how we do it. So Peter, and this is how, woe on me, because I feel like this so many times. I think I know better than God. I think my way is best. Okay, so this is what Peter's saying. Simon answered, said unto him, Master, we have toiled all night and have taken nothing. In other words, hey, we've done what should have been done. That didn't work. Nevertheless, at thy word, well, because you say so, fine. But his heart's not in it, because he says this, I will let down the net. That's singular. Jesus said nets, plural, for the haul. He said, we'll just let down the net. Of course, we know the story. They get all that fish. And then, of course, it's not enough. The nets break, And then Peter feels really guilty. He holds Jesus by the knee. Oh, I'm such a sinner. So we know that part, okay? But the idea is this. May we not get ahead of ourselves and think that we know better than the Lord. Just launch out into the deep, let down our nets. We might think it might not work. Peter thought it might not work. And there have been times, friends, when I thought, oh, surely this is not going to happen, or no way this can happen, or no way this person can get saved. And then God does a miracle, because God is in the miracle business. He is the God of wonders. He just wants to use us, oftentimes in spite of ourselves. So that's a quick encouragement for today, my friends. When is it good to be down and out? Well, when we are launching out into the deep, and when we are letting down our nets a draft, for a catch, right? And hope all is well with you, my friends. Keep looking to Jesus. Keep on keeping on. Hope to see you, Lord willing, on Sunday. May God richly bless you. Bye-bye.